G'day everyone, it's Turbo Tristan and we've got Ollie Mechanic here today.
G'day guys.
What do we got here, Ollie?
A horrible car. It's called a BMW E36 and it's the bane of my existence.
These are my favourite car. So what do you use this car for? What's the plan with it?
So through winter time it's going to be drift set up, and then once it stops raining as much, then we'll set up for grip racing down at Sandown.
And how are we going to make it grip and handle for the track, mate? What do we got?
We want better alignment specs, tyres, sway bars and wheels. And to get those alignment specs we need coilovers.
We got some Maxi Boys, and I've got the Maxi Boy shirt on today, MaXpeedingRods. First thing, I don't work for MaXpeedingRods, I don't sell MaXpeedingRods, but I am sponsored by them. They gave me a free jumper. They don't pay me, but they gave me some free coilovers. This is the third time I've done coilovers in an E36 on my channel. I promise you this is the last time because I absolutely hate E36s. They suck. They look cool and they sound good and they go good, but I hate working on them. This is the last time. Positive stuff. We got some coilovers for Ollie, and the reason why we're hooking Ollie up because Ollie has helped me with that thing over there, which also shits me because it's not starting, which you would have seen in the last video. Together with myself doing some shock dyno stuff, giving some info to MaXpeedingRods, they have released the T07 coilovers. These are the latest ones. They've got really, really good specs within the shock body. They've upgraded the spring rates and they've upgraded the fit and finish of all of the parts, all the anodizing and everything. We're going to open these up in a second. We've shock dynoed them. Now, believe it or not, even though they're still a cheap coilover, they shock dynoed very close to, almost as good as some other pretty premium brands that cost double the price. So we're happy with them. We race them in Ronda. I'm using them in my Civic, which is outside, and we use them in plenty of other cars on the channel. I don't sell them and I don't work for them. They just sponsor the channel. So let's get these in Ollie's car. It's up on the hoist a bit now, but it does sit like a four-wheel drive anyway. We're going to unbox these, show you what they look like, and then get them in the car. We'll try and make this a little bit more fun because we have done this 3 times now. We've got a mechanic helping, so it should be nice and easy.
I didn't realize this is the third time you've done it.
Yep.
You poor fucker.
We did we did T06 coilovers in my buddy Michael Sorgi's car and Michael Jacobucci's car, and they both had shitbox E36s, and now we have another one.
Mine's a 325, mine. Nichols is a 323, which is better.
A 323 is better, or 325 is better?
This is better.
The 5's higher than a 3, so that's better.
There's no little doohickey over here, no Vanos, big rods.
So one day this is going to get a turbo, isn't it?
Yeah, later this year.
Later this year.
Load everything up. Gearbox, diff, axles.
Yep.
All in one shot.
And this is pretty much like ready to drift after we put these coilovers in, because you've got all the shock mounts to reinforce, and you've got a welded diff.
Yep, and cut and shut knuckles.
Nice.
Got shipped out today, and then we'll have to extend my outer tire rod ends, my tire rod end, sorry. And then yeah, should be ready for track. Ready for tracking. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, you better not muck around and get these in. I'm going to unbox them, show you what they look like. Here we are, all unboxed. Now, these are the new T7 design. I've mentioned it earlier. These are the new premium ones. The most expensive MaXpeedingRods they make, but they're also the best. They have the heaviest spring rates, so better for the track. They have the best valve body inside the shock, so that handles all the shock absorption and the bound and rebound to help settle the car quicker. So it's not bouncing all up and down the road like the old cheaper ones did. Remember the old $250 or $300 ones that were just bouncy and they'd blow seals and stuff all the time? These ones don't do that. Premium quality from MaXpeedingRods now. They've really, really stepped up their game. It'll be interesting how these ones feel in the car. I've only been in the ones with the T6s. They had a much smaller, thinner, lighter spring all the way around. They're a little bit bouncy. Better than the previous gens, but a little bit bouncy, and they didn't quite go low enough. So we're going to see how low this one goes. All right, MaXpeedingRods, Macy, if you're watching this video, which I know you will be, check out this here. So this is the lowered spring that came out of it. I don't know what brand they are, but they're blue, whatever. This is the MaXpeedingRod spring. Now, if you have the spring side by side, you can see it's much shorter, which is great. Makes the car lower, cool. But once you put all the collars and everything on, they actually become the same height. And this is at the lowest possible setting here, which means we can't go any lower than this. We can only go higher. So whatever drop these were, like 30 millimeters or something, I'm guessing, maybe even less, we can't go any lower in this car unless we cut the coils, which won't work because they're a beehive shape. Or the other option is we take out these locking collars and drop it down lower altogether, so we don't have any of these spaces in here, and then we'll get it only like 15 mil lower maximum. So that is an issue. I faced this the last 2 times I've done this in an E36, and it kind of defeats the purpose of having the adjustable rear shocks as well. So although the shocks are awesome now and the springs are awesome now and the finish and fit of everything is now really, really high quality, we can't lower the car any more than what it was. All right, we've fitted all the coilovers in. Pretty easy, just like all the other times. BMWs are really simple. 3 at the top, and then at the bottom you've got 2 bolts down the side there, and then 1 at the top. Don't forget to connect all your brake lines, ABS line, and your sway bar, and then that's pretty much done in there. And I reckon they look pretty awesome. So we've just set them at the height out of the box. We did check the preload on the spring, and I've shown you how to do that in other videos previously. It's exactly the same on all cars. So if you want to know, check out those other videos, but that's set now. Let's stick the wheels on, chuck it on the ground and see how high it is. I'm a little bit concerned about the rear because that is under full tension of the spring, and it's pushed all the way up, and we've still got tons of space in between the tire and the guard, and that's on max low. And I don't think it's going to move when we put it down on the ground. All right, so we've got the back in, and as you can see, we've got it all the way down at max low. Most people I see when they put these in, they switch the collars to the bottom. I figured I'll put them at the top because we can make some adjustments, but we've got no adjustments to make. To make this go any lower would be a matter of taking out those 2 collars there, and it dropped the car about another 20 mil at the most, which still pretty much sucks. So MaXpeedingRods, you need to do something about this. It does not go low enough. So with the shock assembly, that is screwed all the way out, and I've got half of this is full of threads. I didn't want to go any longer because we want as much thread engagement as possible here, which means this part of the body into this cup here. When I pulled them out of the box, this was screwed all the way down to the bottom, which was cool, which means we have maximum grip on the bottom of the shock, so maximum thread engagement. But to make it long enough to bolt in here and at the top, I had to screw half of that out, so not the best. So we kind of need like a shorter shock or a longer base to take up this thread here to hold the body in, and also we still need to make sure we get maximum travel here with the shock body, or the, what's that called, fucking rod. We still need to make sure for suspension travel we've got maximum travel in the piston or the rod here going up and down into the shock body, and at the moment this is not moving at all because this doesn't move. So it's going to be stiff, it's going to slide, but it's not going to be low and it's not going to be doing much. So a little bit on the fence about this. Alrighty, so we've rolled the car out, and let's check out the ride height now. The front, heaps of adjustment up and down, but that's sitting about where Ollie wants it for now for a daily driver. In the rear, so much space, but we're going to wait till we get the 17s on the back and just see what it looks like and then adjust it from there. and maybe take out those collars and see what happens. But yeah, I'm not really happy with that, guys, so I'm gonna confirm with MaXpeedingRods and see if they can send us something different, and we'll do some prototyping for you guys and get this issue fixed. But that's going to be it for the MaXpeedingRods install T7 coilovers on the E36 for Ollie. This is the third time, and it's also the last time I'll be working on E36 on the channel. There's another one over there. The bloody things are breeding. That one killed my life. That belongs to another YouTuber. You're going to see that on his channel soon. But they're banned from now on. Ollie can use the hoist whenever he wants, but I ain't touching it. Anyway, spool up, bring the boost. See you in the next video. Cheers.